Arizona has a number of different categories of DUIs, but they're really best divided into two giant categories. There's misdemeanor DUIs, and then there's felony DUIs. A felony DUI is when the government alleges all of the elements that would satisfy any DUI with one additional element. When we're talking about alcohol DUIs for people who are over 21, people often get confused between extreme and aggravated because those words kind of mean the same thing. But in Arizona, aggravated means felony. Extreme just means the level of blood alcohol concentration a person has. There's a scale or series of options that the prosecutor can use in order to charge somebody. There's impaired to the slightest degree, BAC above a .08, BAC above a .15, which we call the extreme DUI, and then a BAC above a 2.0, which is the super extreme DUI. What most people don't realize is that your BAC is actually irrelevant to determine whether or not something's a misdemeanor or a felony. Most people think that the higher someone's blood alcohol concentration, the more drunk they were, the more likely it is for them to be charged with a felony. That's just not the case. DUIs are presumptively misdemeanors, and someone's BAC only affects what charges the prosecutors can bring. Now, these charges in and of themselves are considered misdemeanors, but they very quickly can become felonies if certain conditions are also present. And those are different types of things. It could be having 2 prior convictions within 7 years. It could be driving with kids under the age of 15 in the car. It could be driving the wrong way on a highway. It could be driving if your license is otherwise suspended or restricted. If someone had a prior conviction, it could be driving without that interlock on. There's a list of different things that carry different penalties, all of which would make it a felony or aggravated DUI. In the short run, the difference between a misdemeanor conviction and a felony conviction is monumental. In Arizona, misdemeanor DUIs are capped at 180 days, which is in and of itself a lot of time. In DUIs, they also can stack additional consequences that are important, but not necessary to talk about right now. But when you're talking about a felony DUI, we're talking minimum of months and maximum of years, if not decades of prison time. And so there's a huge difference between misdemeanors and felonies when it comes to both record preservation, whether or not someone can get a job later on, whether or not somebody could live in a particular place, how much, if any, jail/prison term somebody has to serve. As far as the long-term ramifications go, a felony conviction is a felony conviction. It doesn't matter if it's because if it's a DUI or a manslaughter. The same prohibitions attach. One can't own firearms, can't vote, can't get an apartment or a house easily, have difficulty finding jobs. Felony convictions is a significant albatross hanging around people's heads. It doesn't matter whether you're charged with a impaired to the slightest degree or a felony DUI. Time is of the essence. You should seek consultation with an attorney as quickly as humanly possible. There's a lot of evidence that could go away or dissipate over time. If you're facing DUI charges of any sort or nature in the state of Arizona, it's essential to call an attorney as quickly as possible. Our office has 2 of the 5 board-certified DUI specialists in the state of Arizona. We'd be happy to answer your questions, and we want to make sure that you have the best path to be extricated from the criminal justice system.